pull it off.
All right, it's so easy. Cut the fabric. This is how I figure out how wide I need to cut this. I need to know whatever seam allowance I'm going to use. If my pillow is 1/2 inch seam allowance, then I want to allow inch, so 1/2 and 1/2. And then I want to wrap it around, pinch it, measure my 1/2 inch seam allowance. Then I know how much to cut my fabric before I even get started. So it's no waste, because this foot is just going to make it wrap around tight and sew it. So I line the two up together, put it underneath the foot right in that little slot. And I always sew it first. Some people sew this on. You can sew this onto your pillow while you making the piping at the same time. But if you have a mistake and you have to take it off, then you know everything is coming apart. So you watching, Cheyenne?
Yeah, I'm right now.
All right.
It's
So it's just a
much
matter,
easier.
just holding it in place, and it's just gonna sew it.
Love it.
Right. So when you had the right, and then look, when you clip this, if this was to your seam allowance, you wouldn't have to do it. It would just stretch right around your shape.
Did you cut that at the bias?
The fabric is cut on the bias. Yes.
I'm adding this to the pillow.
So if your pillow seam allowance, if your pillow seam allowance was a 1/2 inch seam allowance, before you cut this out, cut it to the measurement you need. Wrap it around it, pinch it, put a pin there, whatever, and measure your seam allowance. And then cut this fabric to that size before you even start, so you don't have to go back and trim stuff off.
Okay, so then when I'm adding it actually to the pillow, I need to leave enough of this where it will connect and fit.
No. This here is going to be the exact size width as your pillow. I'm going to show it on this. Yeah, let's do that. So we made the piping, right? And then I have a 1/2 inch seam allowance. That's it here. Then I'm going to take this and line these two up the same. They go exactly where they need to go, because this is already measured and cut to the same finish or the same seam allowance. So all I have to do now is just take it and put it back under the foot, stitch it again. I don't have to change anything. I just have to keep it lined up in place. And then look.
Nice. Okay.
If you were trying to sandwich that, would you do both layers at the same time?
No,
Or would you do one
no.
and then sew the other?
I do one and I would take it and flip it over on this side, and I would follow this stitch on the other side. So that, because this side is stable and the other side is not, and I don't want the other side stretching around on the top. So then this one here is stable, and I pin them and line them up, and they'll line right back up. So then
With the piping being
even this,
sandwiched
I'll
in the
show
middle.
you that also. So yeah.
So you'd already have the piping
So
stitched
yeah,
down.
and I would take these and line them up, and I'm gonna stitch from the piping side, this one that's already stitched, and take these and put them together.
Oh, okay. Just put the piping still under the
But you would
foot.
still use
Yeah,
that
because
foot.
I would still use this foot.
Okay,
Right,
that
because
makes
this
sense.
foot is gonna make everything line up exactly the way it should.
That makes sense.
Oh, pretty. That's awesome.
That looks real nice.
And then because it was already stitched, it'll just push it and make it line up the way it should go. Right.
So, question: when you order these,
They
is the
ordered
name-
according to the size of the cording.
So you say
1/2 inch cording, 3/8 inch cording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what this slot.
But as far as the
tell you.
shank is concerned, you have to order specific to your model.
Yeah, for your machine.
Okay.
For your machine. Okay. So the other
I have
one is
Juki cording, but it's rubber cording, so it's
okay.
Yeah, probably so. I don't remember what that